Hi, Clover. Want to say hi to the camera? Shy boy. Okay. Hi. So recently I saw this post from The Cities Within and Raquel the Girl Writes, and it inspired me so much because I too have no discipline. Emotions move me like a wind. I am an emotional being like anyone, so obviously I struggle with productivity, time management, and discipline. But after years of forcing myself to be something I'm not, I can finally see how to embrace my own type of discipline, which is healthier and more suitable for me. So I want to talk about how I found that. Hi. So today I want to talk about how I finally found some peace in myself by redefining discipline, what is anti-discipline, and how this new type of thinking has some interesting side effects. Let's go. Okay, so I will talk about discipline while making my banana baked oats. Discipline is the practice of training oneself to do something in a controlled and habitual way. Discipline is commonly seen in fitness, building healthy habits, trying to be a little bit more active, geek, or in self-development, personal development, productivity, time management, and most recently, plunging yourself in cold icy water. So that sounds helpful, right? But in reality, we usually have a very disoriented definition of discipline. And as someone who struggles with procrastination, resistance, and feeling responsible for the way that I am, I definitely had a toxic relationship with discipline culture. And I think a lot of people can relate to that too, especially if you're like me, you're an Asian girly pop, grew up in a very traditional value system kind of way. What is anti-discipline? It generally means you object the norms. You think that there's no need to adhere to rules, expectations, especially from society. It often comes from the belief that discipline is oppressive or is ineffective. I haven't really heard this term from anywhere else, but I think it really applies to my personal story. So this is my case against discipline. I was a very exemplary student and dutiful Asian daughter. I never skipped a class, went straight home after class, and after school classes. And even though I thought I had some rebellious years, my mom thought it wasn't that bad. And my dad has always been very proud of me for being highly disciplined like him. To that I said, really? I didn't say that. But during university, I wanted to grow so badly that I just pushed myself. Taking on challenges and challenge the frick out of myself. So I forced a lot of responsibility on myself. Like I had to be a proactive and outgoing marketing student, and a warm, welcoming HR student, and a godly, making no mistakes, flawless role model for my younger sister, and so much more. I also thought discipline would be the solution for me. Like it would help me fulfill those roles. And see, this is where the inner conflict starts. Even until now, I'm still quite lazy and spontaneous. I do whatever I want, however I feel like, and sometimes I just want to lie down all day. So all that pushing myself was actually quite fun and rewarding until I broke. And I broke so many times uncontrollably, even way after I realized what went wrong. You see, I valued discipline and responsibility too much. It made my top 3 core values in 2019. And it felt like discipline was enabling this feeling of duty and responsibility by pushing and improving myself to become something else I wasn't. Cut a lot because I love cinnamon. This sense of duty was so ingrained in my mind that I never realized I was performing as a human being. I never realized how much I went against my nature, my needs, and my wants. So no more pushing, no more trying to be anyone else. And I think that's what anti-discipline means. Just going with the flow by being yourself. Something happened.
I dropped the fork.
Okay, so now we got a spoon and we got peanut butter. Okay, so what's next after we reject self-discipline? No, get one thing straight. Discipline itself is not a bad thing. It's a great tool that you can use to get closer to what you want, but the key is the source of discipline has to come from something else, not from responsibility and duty. Discipline needs a different foundation that is not responsibility and duty. The best type of discipline for me is from knowing and owning yourself, including everything like your needs, your decisions, your flaws as a human being. You see, responsibility and duty make a very wobbly foundation for discipline because they come from the outside. We're doing things in the name of discipline because we are taught to seek external reward in receiving compliments, in achieving a societal milestone. Then we burn out because our feelings and our needs are not met. Our heart and body know how much we ignore ourselves. They know how many times you judge yourself, how many times you prioritize social standards over your own well-being. And eventually we break down like a car that is way past the day for its maintenance. On the other hand, by learning, understanding, accepting, and owning yourself, you create a sustainable and healthy foundation for your being. You can call it whatever you want: self-clarity, self-awareness, self-ownership, radical responsibility, or acceptance. As long as the motivation comes from the source within, you can find inner peace. Because then you understand that satisfaction and contentment can come from inside of you as well, from a sense of purpose, from a sense of self. So this discipline feels natural because you choose to do work. You're not forced to do work. You do it because it's fun, it's rewarding, it gives you a sense of freedom and joy, because it aligns with who you are and your values, and because you're prioritizing yourself and checking in with yourself constantly, you are less prone to break down. Surprise, surprise. The oat is being baked. I'll update you on the results later. There are already so many how-tos out there about how to be more productive or feel like you're useful in some way, so I won't talk about it. I want to focus more on the downside or the side effects of this internal discipline. I think this type of discipline can be very radical because you are learning so much about yourself that you have to challenge your way of seeing reality. And after learning about yourself, suddenly this job that you are having is not a good idea anymore. This person you wanted to become doesn't feel appealing anymore, and suddenly you're doing something that makes you think, other people are gonna judge me. With this kind of discipline, you have doubts because it doesn't feel like we're working hard. It feels like we're doing whatever with our lives while other people are out there making it. I often catch myself judging myself for being unproductive, lazy, or doing something I'm not supposed to do. I think like any dilemma, any decision making or crossroads, we need to take a step back to gain perspective. If you think you're meant to be doing this, if it's really your life purpose, but you still have resistance, you still procrastinate, I think that's totally normal. I think those feelings are there to protect us, and it's our job to decide what to do with them. This is where we have to step away to observe what's really going on in our life situation, and then once you're ready, step in regroup, reflect, and maybe you tell your feelings that, hey, you guys worried about nothing, we're safe. Or you could admit that, hey, you guys are right, I'm being lazy, I'm being risky. On any path that we take, we will encounter brick walls. Those are our subconscious beliefs that a good person should do this, a smart person should do this. It's in everyone. What you do is every time you hit a brick wall, you can choose to own it, unpack it, feelings, belief, one by one, like you are deconstructing this brick walls until you see the other side of it and you move on. Don't be discouraged that discipline is not your forte. I think a lot of people would agree that it doesn't come naturally. Discipline, it's so important to have if you want a free and content life. But being disciplined despite your wants, your needs, your desires can be very harmful. So disciplines and responsibilities are awesome values to have, but for me, I would never put them above self-understanding and self-clarity. Always question the norm. Bye!
Yay! Look at that.